In terms of what we're going to be covering today in the webinar, the first aspect is to actually think about what does it mean to be person-centred. Secondly, looking at a brief overview of the purpose of statutory public inquiries. Then we'll move on to talk about the limitations of formal legal processes and how that can perhaps provide opportunities for a more person-centred approach. I'm then going to look at the idea of human rights and adopting some of the panel principles and how we can think about that in the context of public inquiry work, in addition to trauma-informed principles, what a trauma-informed approach looks like, and then closing up with looking at cultural competency more broadly and just offering you some of my final reflections on this topic. Do public inquiries actually provide opportunities for a more person-centred approach? And I would suggest that they absolutely do. And so a key question is, how can the traditional legal framework be enhanced to offer a more person-centred approach? And it's not about replacing what we've already got. It's about introducing other principles, concepts, good practice to enhance and better how we're currently doing things. And as I've already said, it is imperative to do so if we are to command public confidence, trust, but also legitimacy in the work that inquiries and other such investigations are doing. Trauma-informed practice. Trauma-informed practice is a model, a set of principles that we sometimes hear about in the context of education, in the context of health, but perhaps less so in the context of lawyering. But in my view, it is a set of principles that we can draw on as lawyers to better our legal practice, our service to the people we're representing, but also our colleagues, our organizations, our structures. And particularly in this work, where, as we've said, it engages disasters, tragedies, incidents of wide scale, effect on people, either those that have been directly affected as victims, survivors, and bereaved, but also those of us working within that system and investigating and looking at that traumatic and often distressing evidence.